Angelina Jolie's decision to have that double mastectomy, dramatically decreasing her risk of breast cancer. And now more surgery is ahead for her. Of course, she was inspired by her mother. Her mother was only 56 when she died of ovarian cancer. That was a major factor in Angelina's decision.
It was a surprise announcement intended to raise awareness and save lives. The timing, just 2 days after Mother's Day, perhaps a Valentine to the woman Jolie once called Grace Incarnate. After divorcing actor Jon Voight in 1978, Marceline Bertrand raised Angelina and her brother James alone. Jolie described their loving bond in a 2011 profile in Vanity Fair. My mother and brother and I were closer because there wasn't another parent. We sat up in bed at night watching TV. By the time I was older, my mother was like my sister. They remained remarkably close until Bertrand's death at age 56, after a 10-year battle with cancer. Jolie had become a mom herself just 5 years earlier. She told Cynthia McFadden her mom taught her the meaning of motherhood.
She was completely full of love and kindness, and it's the legacy that she left. She didn't do anything other than love her children and raise them with so much care. And so she's taught me a lot about the importance of that, of just being, just everyday kindness. And I think it's the most important thing about being a mom.
In the New York Times, Jolie wrote of cherished yet bittersweet memories of her mother, who held out long enough to meet the first of her grandchildren and to hold them in her arms. But my other children will never have the chance to know how loving and gracious she was.
What Marceline really was a fantastic mother to Angelina, and Angelina wants to pay that forward and be a fantastic mother to her children.
Jolie says she decided on surgery after her doctors told her the BRCA1 gene gave her an 87% risk of breast cancer. After the surgery, Jolie's risk drops to 5%, which she hopes will help her keep the role of a lifetime, that of mom.
The most important thing is to let them know what a joy they are for you and what a pleasure it is to be their mother.
For Good Morning America, I'm Juju Chang in New York.
I want to thank Juju for that. We want to bring in also ABC senior medical correspondent Dr. Jennifer Ashton to talk more about this, because this is something now that everyone's talking about, and a lot of people are wondering who should get this BRCA test.
So important. First of all, in medicine, before you do a test, in theory, you should know what you're going to do with the results before you actually get the test. And this test is absolutely not for everyone. There's a long list, however, and some important groups. Number one, if you've had 2 first-degree relatives with breast cancer where one person is diagnosed at the age of 50 or younger, so that's mother, sister, daughter. Okay. Second big group is 3 first or second degree relatives diagnosed with breast cancer at any age, so then we're talking about a grandmother or an aunt. And the third group, ovarian cancer. If you have 2 or more relatives with ovarian cancer at any age, or male breast cancer in the family, then you want to talk about getting this test.
But also only if you have all 3 of those.
No. If you have one of those, could be enough.
And
And there's a long list. There are more that we didn't mention, but this is something that you want to talk to a doctor about.
Okay. It's important to note because this is an expensive test. It's $3,000.
Yeah. Now, a lot of controversy and misinformation that came out yesterday about the cost. It can be as high as $3,500. It can also be free. And then the company who does this test has done 5,000 tests completely for free over the last 3 years. Should it be more than that? Absolutely. But again, there are options available for people who can't afford it.
And Angelina is 37 years old. Her age was a factor in this, correct? In terms of when you should get the test?
Amy, I think we have to distinguish between a world-renowned celebrity and an everyday regular woman. Everyday women face this every single day, and a lot goes into that decision. It's a very individual one.
All right. We thank you very much for those very important details.
Really, really important. Thank you so much, Doctor.